Hey guys, how are we doing? Back on another review from Swagkage, and this is could the 5 Kage beat the Akatsuki? Interesting one, because we already had the Itachi versus the 5 Kage, and apparently Itachi would lose. Swag's opinion. Not mine, but we're carrying on in this little, So, they could beat Itachi, but what if he brings the whole gang? I think it's going to be interesting because I don't think the 5 Kage could beat the Akatsuki, man. You've got bloody Pain, Itachi, Obito, and everybody else. I just don't see it happening. But anyway, let's see where this video goes. It's not a long one. It's interesting. And let's keep that whole Itachi couldn't beat the Kage opinion out there, yeah? Because that's what he said. I wasn't impressed. So after the video, there was a lot of drama. It was a fun couple of weeks. But anyway, let's do this.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hello.
So earlier on Twitter, somebody asked me what I thought about a fight between the 5 Kage and the Akatsuki. And at first I wasn't super keen on doing it, but this is something that a lot of people have asked me to make a video about, and
people want to know.
The question got plenty of support on Twitter anyway. Now, the thing is, I already made a video about whether or not Itachi by himself could beat the 5 Kage. And when I said he would lose, I made a bunch of people who disagreed with me pretty mad.
Including myself. I wasn't angry. I was just like,
debatable
really?
Whether or not just Itachi could beat the 5 Kage. Then if you were to give him 7 or 8 more Kage level teammates, I think that trying to argue that the 5 Kage could win is an uphill battle for sure. Just for the sake of clarity, by the way, I'm talking about the 5 Kage from the War Arc. So just Tsunade.
I assumed that anyway, but yeah.
As for who the Kage are fighting against, when talking about the Akatsuki as a team, a lot of people like to assume Orochimaru is part of it. And some people even like to slap Taka in there as well. So not just Sasuke, but Karin, Suigetsu, and Juko with him. And if you were to do this, if you were to give the Akatsuki all of these people in addition to the people you already expect them to have, then like the Kage would just be overwhelmed.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous, isn't it? Like it's like, what is the fight?
Even do. So those guys are off the table. It's kind of hard to even get a sense of how strong Orochimaru would have been at this point. And on top of that, it may not be fair to give the Akatsuki Taka when most of the members of the group were dead by the time Sasuke joined. Speaking of that, another conversation worth having is whether or not to allow both Obito and Sasori to be on the team at the same time, because Obito only started showing his face to most of the members of the organization after Sasori was killed by Sakura and Chio. But since he was always kind of behind the scenes, operating from the shadows, giving orders to Nagato and to Konan, I think it's fair to allow him to fight alongside the rest of the group here. So we can just assume that this is the Akatsuki as it was composed at the beginning of Shippuden. So everyone in the group, aside from like Zetsu, who probably won't even be fighting, and arguably Hidan, is Kage level. And the Akatsuki has the Kage outnumbered almost 2.
Yeah, like, there's more of them. I love how we're doing that, because that's an argument that always gets counterbalanced sometimes, isn't it? Like, yeah, but the numbers!
In the first arc of Shippuden. And even if you want to argue that Gaara's gotten stronger by the time of the War Arc, Sasori beat somebody who is even more powerful than Gaara, the 3rd Kazekage. And again, if you want to argue, well, maybe Gaara got so much more powerful by the time of the War Arc that he could beat the 3rd Kazekage. But the thing is, Sasori killed the guy without his most powerful tool. This was before he had his Iron Sand puppet, because he made the thing from the corpse of the 3rd Kazekage. So he was significantly weaker when this fight took place. So as for Gaara, Sasori or Deidara, worst case scenario, both of them working together, should be able to take care of him. I don't think I have to convince anybody that Mei isn't much of a threat to anyone in the Akatsuki. Like, maybe she could beat Hidan, but pretty much anyone else could take care of her. So that just leaves Tsunade, A, and Onoki. A and Onoki are pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah, they are. Oh my god, all 3 of them are just like, I would not want to mess with them.
There are a lot of pretty strong long-range fighters in the Akatsuki, and Tsunade is best at getting close to her opponent and just punching them to death. Katsuyu could help with this, I guess, but the only purpose she would really serve is acting as a diversion for one of Pain's summons. So she's going to have to rely on the good old fisticuffs, and an approach like this doesn't seem like it'd be very effective against most of the Akatsuki. Conan can fly, Deidara can fly, Sasori could keep himself at a distance from Tsunade very easily, Kisame could do the same thing, Kakuzu could do the same thing, and Obito specifically is a really hard counter to her because he can just phase through
it's a hard counter for like...
So that just leaves A and Inoki. These are the two big boys of the 5 Kage.
They are.
Inoki is definitely the stronger one here, but A isn't like weak or anything. He's got this crazy combination of speed, power, and durability. And of course, Inoki can speed him up and make its attacks hit with
I'm gonna amp you up, bro.
thing that can adjust people's weights. So A is definitely worth considering a potential problem here. Then Inoki, of course, can just like
particle style.
Particle style.
There we go.
But let's think critically here, right? To say that the Kage would win because Inoki could just turn everybody into dust would be kind of like saying that the Akatsuki would win because they could just trap everyone in Chibaku Tensei. Or because Itachi could seal the Kage with the Totsuka blade.
Yeah.
While particle style is definitely a big deal, it's not like the Akatsuki don't have any counters to it. Pain can absorb it.
Chakra,
Kisame might be able to absorb it with his water shark bomb jutsu thing. Itachi might be able to block it with the Yada Mirror, at least if Inoki shoots it as like a laser beam.
Directly at him.
Obito, of course, can just phase through it. Now, I'm not saying it wouldn't work. If Inoki hits anybody with it, they should just die. But Pain's ability to absorb it is a really big deal here. I know only one of the paths can do it, but the Preta path is actually pretty fast. When Naruto fought Pain and was about to hit Tendo with something, Preta just kind of shows up out of nowhere, completely off panel. He was pretty far away before this happened, and jumps right in front of Naruto's incoming attack and absorbs it. Like a split-second reaction. Yeah. And since all the paths share a unified field of vision, they'll probably be able to see what everyone else is seeing. Any other members of the Akatsuki end up in danger.
Big advantage.
And as long as Inoki isn't trying to hit somebody in the air with particle style, then the Preta path should be able to show up in the nick of time and save them. Now, this isn't guaranteed to work every time. It's not like an infinite get-out-of-jail-free card or whatever. But it's still a pretty hard counter. And the other thing is that for Inoki to use particle style, he can't do his light and heavy boulder jutsu combo with A, so he'll be sacrificing some of A's speed and power for the opportunity to kill one of the Akatsuki. Now, to be fair to the Kage, these two are really powerful, and so dealing with them is going to take some of the more powerful members of the Akatsuki. Pain, Itachi, and Obito are definitely the group's strongest members.
Definitely.
And I think that any one of these three could beat either A or Inoki in a one-on-one fight. If you give one of them to Obito, he won't really have any trouble. He can just phase through
and just like keep messing about with them, Kamui and that, yeah.
Pain can Soul Steal or Chibaku
Tensei and just bam.
But to be fair, Chibaku Tensei is a little bit risky to do because it may also end up trapping all of the Akatsuki inside. But the human path Soul Steal is still a viable option. And then, of course, Itachi could just stab one of them with the Totsuka blade. So it sounds like the Akatsuki have the advantage here, and I haven't really even given Kisame, Kakuzu...
Yeah, there's still other members that can help.
To do. Just the team of Pain, Obito, Itachi, Sasori, and Deidara is more than equipped to take on the 5 Kage, and you could pretty easily make a case that you don't even need that many of them. As a matter of fact, why don't we go ahead and discuss that? Let's talk about a hypothetical Edo Akatsuki versus Kage situation. So, in this case, the Akatsuki wouldn't have Kisame, Conan, or Obito on their team. But in exchange, they would get a much more powerful Nagato. A much more powerful Itachi with infinite chakra and no health problems.
Crazy, absolutely crazy.
And then Kakuzu, Deidara, and Sasori would also all have infinite chakra, but unfortunately for Sasori, he was brought back without any of his puppets, so
useless.
Probably wouldn't be much of a threat.
So what are you doing here?
So the thing is, Edo Itachi and Edo Nagato are monsters. Nagato, by himself, had both B and K
was incredible.
Down in like 5 seconds. He was ready to kill both of them and didn't have any trouble putting them into that position. Then, with a little bit of help from Sasuke, Itachi was able to take out Sage Kabuto, who is way stronger than any one of the 5 Kage.
Yeah, he is.
So honestly, just the two of them would probably be too much for the Kage to handle. Like Infinite Susanoo and borderline full power Nagato with infinite chakra are both pretty ridiculous, and then on top of that, you put Kakazu and Deidara both with infinite chakra on their team, and also Sasori without any of his puppets, but still infinite.
The Kage can't
for any assistance that they might need. Yeah, there's not a whole lot that the Kage are going to be able to do against that. So I think my position is pretty clear by now. I won't keep talking about it anymore and make the video any longer than it needs to be. Sorry for not going into as much detail.
Didn't need to though. It was just like it's there.
I've talked about both of these groups pretty extensively
in past videos,
videos, and I didn't want to repeat a whole bunch of stuff that plenty of you have already heard many times before. Thanks to the people who have been recommending this video to me. Without you guys, it wouldn't have happened. Thanks to everybody pushing me to make it on Twitter. And speaking of Twitter, if you have any ideas for future video topics, either leave them here in the comments or shoot me a mention on Twitter, because as you can see, sometimes the suggestions that people send me lead me to make entire videos about them. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your day. Let me know what you think about the fight in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching.
Sweet. Dee 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 dee. Boo boo boo. Owie, 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 owie. Yeah, me cool. You got Itachi, Obito, Sammy. Just like, it's mad, isn't it? But yeah, they couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I'm totally on board with that video. No arguments. Hope Seth doesn't upload a video and start some drama. But yeah, you bought chicken.
I bought loads of chicken.
Cool. Thank you guys very much for watching. What did you guys think of that? What did you guys think of this? Click likes. Blah, 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 blah. I'm so happy about my chicken.
Loads of chicken.
Click like, subscribe if you haven't already. Leave comments down below. Let me know what I should watch and discuss in future videos. And I'll see you guys. See you guys next time after I've eaten some chicken.
Chicken party.
Bye.